Hello and welcome to the Chilled Investor. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Today I'll be reviewing Avon Protection. These are a UK-based tech company that designs and produces life-critical personal protection solutions for militaries and first responders, including ballistic helmets, thermal imaging and breathing apparatus. Now, over the last year, this company has lost over 50% of its value. So I'm looking at this thinking it might be a good buy, as long as it don't carry on going downwards. So we'll take a look at the financials and see what that shows us. So the first thing we look at is the turnover. And as we can see, in 2018 it increased, 2019 it decreased, and then we had an increase in 2020 and a further increase in 2021. And then when we look at the profits, we see that in 2018 it actually dropped, and then it's dropped again for 2019, even further for 2020, and then we're into losing money, losing £24.5 million by 2021. Now, if you look across the top here, we can see that this is in pounds here, and then it shows that it's changed to dollars. Now, I've checked on my 212, and I've also checked on other websites, and this dollars hasn't shown on there. So I think it's just one of these things, one of these little inaccuracies you get with some websites sometimes. Next we take a look at the assets, and we start with the non-current assets, and we can see we've had a little bit of dip there from 74.9 to 72.3 million, and then we've risen here up to 80.8 million, and then up to 185 million, then up to 269.8 million. So this is actually quite an encouraging sign. And then we go to the current assets, and as we can see, we've started at 72.3 million, and we've just built up to 93.8, 104.5, then it's gone mad at 269.5 before halving down to 128.9 million. Now the drop isn't a very good thing to see, but compared to what it was a few years ago, it's still quite high. So next we take a look at the liabilities, and we start with the current liabilities, and as we can see, that's increased from 38 million to 41.4 in 2018 to 36.7 in 2019, and then it's gone quite high at 101.4 for 2020, but then that's come down quite a lot to 47.5 million in 2021, which is overall a good sign. And when we take that as a percentage of the turnover, it's actually less than 20%, so nothing really to be worried too much about at that point. And then we take a look at the non-current liabilities. So the non-current liabilities, we're coming at 52.6 at 39.9, so it's come down on that one before going back up to 73.4 to 123.6 to 145.8. And to be honest, again, it's not something which would really worry me. This is like long-term sort of stuff, is non-current liabilities. And the next bit we look at is the equity, which is the same as the net assets. So when we look at the equity, we can see that from 2017 to 2018 we rose quite a bit by about nearly 20 million, and then it dropped off by about 10 million difference there, down to 75.2, before rocketing up to 229.5 million, and then coming back down to 20.5 million. Sorry, 205.4 million, sorry. And now we take a look at the dividends. So first thing to note is that the dividends are paid out twice a year, excluding any specials, and the dividend cover is approximately 4.4, which is a really high cover. That's a really good sign. And then we go down to look at what the percentage is, and we see a 5.1% yield, which again isn't too bad at all. So next we go and we look at what the annual dividends have been through the years. As we can see, we've got a general upward trend going here, which looks very healthy. But then when we look on here, we can actually see how much it's gone up year on year on year on year, and the last time it went down was in 2011. So we can see it's a strong payer, constantly increasing the amount they pay, which is another really good sign. So on the financials, we score 35, and then when we add the dividends to it, that bumps it up to 75, putting it just ahead of Unilever. If you liked this video, or you found it useful, please think about leaving a like, and maybe even subscribe to see any future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.